Are you ready to stop the self-sabotage and create the life you desire? Well, in order for that to happen, you need to break free from the bad beliefs that are holding your success hostage. You need to optimize the stress by turning it into extra energy for success. And those hurtful habits? Well, we need to give that pain a purpose for progress. Welcome to Stop the Self-Sabotage and Create the Life You Desire podcast. Have you ever had someone let you down because they didn't follow through like they promised they would? They didn't send their email, they didn't give you the call, they didn't check their work, whatever it might be, you were left hanging and having to figure out what you were supposed to do next. Well, how is it that we also do this to ourselves? There's another word for follow through, and it's faithfulness. We can start a project and we can be so excited and say, yes, this is it. Maybe it's a project around your house. Maybe it's a new eating or exercise program, whatever it might be, a new course that you're taking. And you are so excited that this is going to move you through into what you want to experience. And then after a while, usually less than 3 weeks, you find that enthusiasm fading, and then you start coming up with reasons why you shouldn't complete it, why you should not stay faithful to what is going on, what you said you were going to do. And then again, you come up with all the excuses why you shouldn't. Welcome to today's offering, which is, are you in a relationship with follow through, or are you cheating with fear? And I'm going to use my own example. I told you over the last few days, actually the last couple of weeks, about having the root canal, actually 2 weeks ago, and that it was absolutely phenomenal. I was feeling great, and just a couple of days after the root canal, the other tooth that was attached to the bridge started going wrong, started going bad, and I was so upset. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've just pumped, over $1,000 into this. And now you're telling me I'm going to have to put a few more thousand into it to fix it? Because when you're self-employed, you pay for this stuff out of pocket. You typically don't carry dental insurance. And I started backtracking on my follow through. Now, I had 2 things that I needed to follow through on. The first thing was that the endodontist told me that I needed to go back to the dentist in 2 weeks and have the temporary filling taken out where they did the root canal, and a permanent filling put in. So that was number 1. Number 2, which probably should have been number 1, is I'm talking to my higher power and I'm going, okay, oh my gosh, I'm in pain again. What the heck is up? And my higher power told me, stand in hope. I've got this for you, Dawn. I'm going to take care of this for you. But you've got to stand in hope that I am going to do this for you. Okay, so I was supposed to go back to the dentist in 2 weeks. And I did, but I did so begrudgingly because I was like, I'm just going to have to drop more money on this. And I started getting very upset and going into a fear state. Now, this is important for you to know. Why don't we follow through? Why instead do we come up with all of the excuses on why not to complete what we said we were going to do? There's something known as dopamine. And dopamine is a drug that your mind produces. It's a neurotransmitter, and it generates feelings of satisfaction and happiness. Now, we can get dopamine several ways, and the part of our brain that produces it, we can actually overstimulated and wear it out to where we're not getting enough hits of dopamine. And so we have to increase what we're engaging in to get more of the drug because it's no longer giving us the hit that it used to. Like any addiction, we can get addicted to dopamine. Okay. So how do we get our hits of dopamine? One way is through completion. Yes, that what we're done with the task and we actually get a load of dopamine from that. But what will interrupt that dopamine hit or that load of dopamine? Starting something new. In fact, starting something new gives you a hit of dopamine, and so we can get distracted by the next bright shiny. We'll give up on that project that we've committed to in our health, in our relationships, in our home, at work, and so we're looking for the next thing to get a dopamine hit off of. So you can get it on completion, but you can also get it on starting something new. And here's something they discovered a little bit more than 10 years ago. Fear also gets us a hit of dopamine. And this is where it can wear us out. That's right. That when we go into a fear state and we're like, oh, I need to do something to avoid that fear, and we self-sabotage. We self-sabotage by the food, the excessive food, the drink, the bad habits like cigarettes. How about this? Picking a fight on social media. Oh, like we haven't seen enough of that over the last year. Picking a fight on social media. What else? Any self-sabotaging behavior that distracts us from following through will give us a hit of dopamine. Oh my gosh. Yeah, now we can see why we're wearing out our reward center in ways that keep us sick, stuck, and struggling. So what I did was, I went back to the dentist 2 weeks to the day, being very prepared to be told that, this has gone wrong and you're going to have to put so much more into this. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Even though I'm in a tremendous amount of pain from the other tooth that this bridge is attached to, where the one tooth I've already had a root canal in, on the way to the dentist, I'm already starting to get relief. Why? Because my body is producing dopamine because I'm completing a task like I gave my word to myself that I would. Now, I get in there and the dentist is poking around. I'm like, oh my gosh, a lot of pain. He can't figure out why. He's taking out the old filling, the temporary filling, and beginning to put in a new, and I'm already getting relief while he's doing it. My higher power told me, stay in hope. I don't know what your higher power has told you to do. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I'm just here to show you the different paths and steps to success. Mine said, stay in hope. When the temporary filling was put in, that bridge shifted ever so slightly, but it was enough to put pressure on the back tooth that it was attached to. And that's what was causing the pain. When the temporary was taken out and the new one was put in and put in a correct way for my bite, the pain started abating right away. So I'm getting a hit of dopamine. I'm getting a hit of dopamine because I followed through on the promise to myself that I was going to be committed to taking care of my health this way. And I'm also getting a hit of dopamine because my higher power said, stay in hope. Stay in hope that this is going to be resolved and I'll take care of it for you. And so I taught myself to get the feel goods because I was faithful to myself and my health and my higher power. I didn't look for the next bright, shiny thing. Now, did that not mean I wasn't in fear over those 2 weeks while I was in a tremendous amount of pain? No, I was. But I've got to make sure that I'm conditioned and programmed to get my feel goods in a way that is going to lead me to my healthiest, which is follow through. I need to be faithful to what I said I was going to do. Now, what about you? What do you need to do to stay in faith until you get the promise of the life that you desire and deserve to live? If I can assist you with this, reach out for a complimentary consultation to see if I'm the right fit for you. And if I'm not, I'll even give you the questions you should be asking either other hypnotists, coach, or therapists when you interview them. So reach out to me, 1-636-699-7791. You can call me and ask for a consult. You can text me and ask for a consult. But let's get you into getting rewarded for following through on the healthy you. So until we get together again, blessings on your health journey.